into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Welcome to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. We're live on S3 and it is the day that you've been waiting for. It is Friday, aka in Afrikaans, Vrydag. It's the best day.
I thought you were going to do the... It's Friday, yeah.
I was going to. I was thinking about it. But I actually realized that you and I are going to be embroiled in some sort of dance battle later. I've been told.
What?
Anyway, what else do we have on the show today, my good friend?
I don't
Yes.
know what's happening in the show other than the biggest moment of this weekend, for me especially, being a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
I know the hype is real, Carl. I know there's so many people out there that are bantering away at the most incredible event that's going to be happening this weekend, in my opinion, especially if you're a soccer fan. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking
It's
about.
Man United versus Liverpool, one of the biggest derbies in like Cape Town and South Africa. It's just insane. I think we all cannot wait to get involved in this and pack out so many topics. We've got super fans in the building. They're going to give their score predictions as well. I don't know about you, but you're not. You're more of like a.
I am a Real Madrid supporter,
Real Madrid.
loud and proud, but I will watch because I play Fantasy Premier League. So I'll be focusing on that. But I think that it's important for us to actually ask the biggest and most important question of this weekend. Are you United or are you Liverpool?
Okay. It is going to be a big one. The land shall be divided today into two halves, which is okay. We love a derby weekend, so we're going to stay connected with you. Very good morning from my side. My name is Graham Richards.
And I'm Zoe Brown, and of course we want to know from you, heading over to social media, who do you think is going to win this weekend? Give us your score predictions. Are you supporting Liverpool or are you supporting Manchester United this weekend? Let us know. A very big game on Sunday.
Do you have a
I'm going to go with Liverpool because
Really?
of my brother and like that. That's had a big influence. But
You don't have to explain, it's fine. You are more than justified. We'd love to hear from you. Are you the super fan out there? Prove it on our social media platforms this morning. We'd love to hear from you. But we have got a jam-packed Friday edition of your Feel Good Breakfast Show on the way. So you better sip up, suit up, and let's get on.
Yeah.
Let's get into some news to start your day on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and starting with South African news. Western Cape Education MEC Debbie Schaefer has issued a stern warning to matric candidates thinking of cheating in the upcoming exam. Schaefer said yesterday a serious exam leak almost led to the rewriting of certain matric exams across the country. That was last year. She said cheating could have far-reaching consequences, not just for the learners involved, but many others too. She also warned that criminal prosecution could be instituted should it be found that the candidate was involved in the leakage of any examination question paper. Table Mountain, this is great news, has been named as Africa's leading tourist attraction by the World Travel Awards. The Cape Town destination went head-to-head with several other tourism attractions. These included Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, the Ngorongoro crater in Tanzania as well, the pyramids of Giza, of course, in Egypt, and two Cape Town Big Six attractions. We talk in Robben Island as well as the V&A waterfront. In addition to Table Mountain's regional win, the cable car has also been nominated as the world's leading cable car, and Table Mountain is also in the running for the world's leading tourist attraction title. Let's get them there. Now, on to international news. The Eswatini government has directed the country's main telecoms operator, MTN, to shut down social media giant Facebook. The move is part of a bid to curb pro-democracy protests that have been going on for months in the country ruled by an absolute monarch. Now, the government is accusing social media platforms of irresponsibly spreading misinformation, which was contributing to the violent attacks and events. Since late June, Eswatini has experienced a wave of protests by demonstrators calling for major constitutional reforms. King Swatini has ruled the kingdom since 1986. China has meanwhile cancelled all flights and rail services in the north of the country in an attempt to bring a new outbreak of coronavirus under control. Schools and tourist attractions were also closed. Numerous new infections have been reported in 5 provinces. The new wave of infections broke out after an elderly couple from Shanghai who were positive visited the region. The elderly couple was in direct contact with most of the new cases. China applies restraint measures and tests to limit the spread of the virus. And next, news of another first in in South Africa. The Care for Wild Rhino Sanctuary and Pretoria University's Faculty of Veterinary Science at Onderstepoort have completed the first ever successful CT scan on a live rhino in South Africa. Their somewhat weighty patient was Oz. He'd developed swelling on his face caused by an abscess. Oz was orphaned in 2015 due to poaching and taken to the sanctuary, whose CEO, Petronel Nieuwoud, said the swelling was discussed with wildlife veterinarian Dr. Jacques Odal and Professor Gerard Steenkamp, veterinary dentistry specialist and maxillofacial surgeon at the Faculty of Veterinary Science. Subsequently, the decision was taken to transport 1 ton Oz to Onderstepoort's veterinarian that was academic hospital, where the CT scan revealed a tooth root abscess and appropriate treatment was performed. Nieuwoud says Oz is back at Care for Wild with his rhino crash and is eating and drinking well. She added, and I quote, "We cannot save a species alone, but together we can achieve the remarkable. We are deeply grateful to the team of specialists who came together, and we thank them for their passion, dedication, and immense commitment. Look down at your 10 Rand and celebrate right now." As we get on to sport, Graham standing by.
Thank you so much, Carl. On that feel-good note, let's kick it off with the good news from a certain perspective. Certainly for Kaya Zondo, as he hits an unbeaten 58 as the Dolphins booked their spot in the final of the T20 knockout. So the Titans won the toss and elected to bat first, with Gyan Klutter smashing 62 to help his side post 138. Arnold Bartman then was the standout with the ball for the Dolphins, taking 4 wickets for just 18 runs. Zondo then led from the front with the bat to see his team over the line with 4 wickets to spare. The other semi-final between the Knights and the Dragons was abandoned due to rain, ending with no result. The Knights, though, are through in today's final due to a superior net run rate earlier in the competition. Then throwing forward to a massive weekend in football, Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool make the short trip to Old Trafford as the Reds come up against Man United in the most famous game in English football. So Liverpool are unbeaten in 18 league matches, the longest current run in the top 4 tiers of the English Football League. United, on the other hand, have won just 1 of their last 10 Premier League meetings against Liverpool. Also on Sunday is El Clasico between Barcelona and Real Madrid. And Barca head into the game in an unfamiliar 7th place on the log. Madrid are just 3 points off the top of the table. The last time the sides met, Real came out on top 2-1. In Formula 1, it is all heating up. Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, they'll be renewing their intense rivalry as Formula 1 stops off in the United States of America. So last time out in Turkey, Valtteri Bottas took his first race win since the 2020 Russian Grand Prix, and he did it in some style as well, mastering slippery conditions to win over Max Verstappen by 14 seconds. Hamilton finishing 5th from 11th on the grid and is now 6 points behind championship leader Verstappen going into the weekend. This year's US Grand Prix will be the first since 2019, when Bottas himself won the race and Hamilton secured his 6th title after finishing in 2nd. Then moving on to 2 wheels, Brad Binder's younger brother, Darren, will join him in MotoGP from the 2022 season. The 23-year-old will ride alongside Andrea Dovizioso in Yamaha's new-look independent team next season. The South African started his full-time Moto3 career in 2015, then went on to claim 6 podium finishes as well as a win in the Catalan Grand Prix last year. The move will see Darren become only the 2nd rider to make the jump from Moto3 straight up to MotoGP without competing in the Moto2 championship. And that's where we leave our sport for now. We're going to delve a little deeper into all of the upcoming highlights throughout the show, so stick around. And again, we ask, which side do you sit on that fence? Are you Man United? Are you Liverpool? Let us know on our social media platforms. Right now, though, well, we know which side he sits. Let's see if he can give us the weather in a partisan manner.
Thank you so much, G. As partisan as I can be this morning, of course. And looking at the weather report for this morning, first up, a new report says Africa needs to invest up to $50 billion a year in order to cope with the growing threat of climate change. Now, the African Union and World Meteorological Organization warned that some 120 million poor people face floods, drought, displacement, and extreme heat by the end of this decade if nothing is done. Now, it also warns that all of Africa's remaining glaciers, the tropical ice fields of Tanzania's Kilimanjaro, Kenya's Mount Kenya, and Uganda's Rwenzori's are all on track to disappear by 2040. Now, Africa has warmed faster than the global average, but has been responsible for just 4% of the world's greenhouse emissions. Now, the continent has long been expected to be severely impacted by climate change, and its croplands are already drought-prone. Many of its major cities hug the coast, and widespread poverty make it harder for people to adapt. But we next move from climate news to sunrise views as we turn our gaze towards the sky, as we absolutely appreciate the sunrise photos shared by you, our beautiful viewers. And we're starting this morning with Amy Pillay from Park Rainy in KZN, who starts us off this morning with this stunning shot of a perfectly blue sky scattered with clouds as the sun peaks over the horizon, casting a brilliant glow. And then Clinton Els from Durban shared this burnt orange image of the sun rising over the ocean, capturing a hazy ship floating in the distance. Thank you so much, Mzansi. We can't tell you how much we appreciate seeing how you start your day, wherever you are in the country. But now, to take a look at the temperatures across the country, starting off in Polokwane, we have a low of 16 and a high of 27 degrees. Mbombela starts the day on 18, moving up to 34. In Pretoria, you've got a minimum of 15, moving up to a high of 26. In Joburg, your day starts at 13, moving up to 24 degrees. Mahikeng can expect thunder showers with a low of 11 and a high of 28. Klerksdorp starts the day on 11, moving up to 28 with some clouds expected in the area. And then Kimberley starts the day at 10, moving up to 26 degrees. Bloemfontein, however, can expect some thunder showers with a low of 7 and a high of 25 degrees. Richards Bay, cloudy, not many clouds expected, a minimum of 18 and a high of 32 degrees. Pietermaritzburg starts at 13, moving up to 31. In Durban, your day starts at 18, moving up to a nice scorcher at 32 degrees. Mthatha, similar conditions, starting off at 10, moving up to 28. In East London, the day starting at 15, moving up to 24 degrees with 62% chance of rain coming through. In Cradock, you're starting at 12, moving up to 25. Berga has some rain expected at 60%, moving up to a max of 20, starting at 15 degrees. And much the same for George, with 57% chance of rain coming through, and similar temperatures, high of 22 with a minimum of 13. And then in Cape Town, rain can also be expected at 72% chance. 12 is your low with a high of 19. And Worcester starting the day at 10, moving up to 20 degrees Celsius. In Sutherland, a chilly start to your day at 4 degrees, moving up to 13. And last but not least, Uppington starts at 11, moving up to 22 degrees Celsius. That's a report of our weather this morning. Let's take a look at what's happening in the rest of the show and find out from the rest of the team.
Thanks a lot, Ryle. Of course, you're going to have a beautiful day today. And we've got a lot of things that we're going to be doing, including that whole Manchester United-Liverpool thing. There's going to be a discussion. I hope they touch on El Clasico. That's all I can ask for.
Oh, and we'll also be spending time in the kitchen making a herb-stuffed pork, so don't go anywhere.
Oh, you can make my day.
Nespresso New Virtuo. With a single touch and innovative technology for a generous crema and unique moments to share. Virtuo. Standards are meant to be broken. Nespresso. What else?
can do anything. All you need is determination. And a fresh pair of these. Nallis. But what's the point of looking like Injeke if your dreams go up in flames? In this world of doing it for Ikram, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are live with Expresso. Yes, I know we are very football focused this morning with two massive derby games on the way. Lest we forget, there is a little cricket tournament kicking off as well. The Proteas officially get their T20 World Cup campaign underway against old foes Australia tomorrow. With a big game comes a big name, as we are joined this morning by the former Proteas high performance analyst, Prasanna Agorama. Prasanna, very good morning. Welcome to the show.
Very good morning. Very happy to be here and talk about the Proteas. Thanks a lot for the invitation.
I know it's bright and early, but we love getting excited about live sport, especially about a tournament like this that does carry a little extra impetus, if you will, because of what we've all been through over the last 18 months. And I suppose there has been a lot more of a focus on the shorter format of the game, so a lot more pressure on these teams. Let's start with South Africa up against Pakistan as a tone setter. For all money, I thought Pakistan had it in the bag with a brilliant bowling performance, obviously following a great performance with the bat, but Rassie van der Dussen obviously shining on the day. What did you make of our two warm-up matches heading into the World Cup?
Look, I can be very honest with you. There is no point in reading too much on the warm-up games. That one good thing wanted to talk about the blueprint of the Proteas. They got one set blueprinting in the batting order where Temba Bavuma is going to play the anchor role, where the other guys are really going to go berserk at the... That's what exactly were put on the showcase against Pakistan, chasing a stiff 190, and both the openers dislodged in the third over with 15 on the board. That's the way Temba plays. You go there and occupy the crease, play it 110 strike rate for 40 balls, and allow the other batsmen to do the job. That's what exactly Rassie van der Dussen did. And this is the way they're going to go to approach with the batting blueprint. I think Proteas would be a difficult team to beat.
Yeah, and they seem to be riding the right trajectory in terms of hitting form at the right time, which we know isn't often the best for South African teams going into these kind of international showpieces. We're up against Australia in our first encounter, a trial by fire, undoubtedly. In fact, we're in a pretty tough group, but what can we expect from the Australians? What kind of form do they carry into the tournament?
Look, to be very honest with you, the Australians have not been having a great form running into the tournament. They were beaten by the West Indies a couple of months before the West Indies, which we won the series 3-2, and they were beaten badly by the Bangladesh. That's a 4-1. And the batsmen have not been really coming into terms, and David Warner really struggling, had a bad IPL, and also didn't score much in the warm-up games. And then when you see Aaron Finch coming up after a long break, and Stephen Smith is someone who's going to play the anchor role, and the newly promoted Mitch Marsh at number 3, and the only guy that is going to be the positives for them is going to be Glenn Maxwell, is going to be a huge factor at number 4. Seeing those into considerations where Mitchell Starc has not played T20 cricket for a while, Pat Cummins also took a break in the IPL. So putting all those things into factor where Proteas have won 3 consecutive international T20 series away from home, beating the defending champions, West Indies, the lighted associate team, Ireland, and now they're beating Sri Lanka, and Sri Lanka 3-0, where the wickets are going to expect it to spin much to be similar to the conditions of Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, and Dubai. I think Proteas really have a slight nose ahead of Australia going into the clash.
That's a good note. I've got to ask you in one final message here, who do you think's got this tournament in the bag? Who's your money on?
Look, to be very honest with you, if you ask my heart, it's always going to be Proteas, being associated with them, and particularly the peaking at the right time. I'm always going to say it's going to be South Africa, but I can put the money either on India or Pakistan because they've got the right balance.
Yeah.
They've got guys to really play that, the safe approach for the first 4 overs, and then they've got the great finishers on. They've got good spinners. They've got wicket-taking fast bowlers in power play. So I feel India and Pakistan have really got edged over the other side. But please don't rule the Proteas out this time. They don't have the heavy badge of being favorites in this tournament for the first time since 1991. They're not going to have the pressure on going to the World Cup, having a lot of noise coming from outside. Not many people are putting money on them. They're going to play fearless cricket. Please don't rule the Proteas out this time.
I never, ever will, but I have a feeling that they might, with, as you say, that extra added freedom that they can go out there and play with, do something special. What an absolute pleasure hosting you this morning. Thank you so much. Enjoy all of the cricket over the next couple of weeks.
Thank you very much, and Proteas all the way.
Let that Protea fire burn. Well, there are some fires burning across the world in the world of sports, and of course, it's all about the derby action. We're going to be chatting about that in just a moment.
If you check out all that passion over there, the best thing that you can do to complement the passion is a lekker braai. So we got something special for you. Ryle and I will be in the kitchen, and today, the last time I cooked for Ryle, we're flipping the script. It's going to be great.
I got you.
Yeah, I know you do. Now, let's be honest. We all love a good braai, especially when there's a massive match. There are two big ones. Two, by the way, Barcelona and Real Madrid, as well as Manchester United, Liverpool. Don't forget, eh? Thanks. And I hope you're ready to take yours to the next level with Game's sizzling selection of braai gear and the tastiest sides to enjoy all summer long. Now, we asked you to share some of your favorite meals for our braai inspiration, or braai-spiration, as some people call it. And Ashley Claire Berg shared her take on a vlees in aardappel herb stuffed pork fillet, which is exactly what we will be putting a twist on today. So thank you so much for that comment. We will do our best. That's all we can do. But it's not about me. It's about Ryle in the kitchen and me being a spectator, which is great. All right, are you ready?
Be a full spectator, Carl, because I'm going to need your help for a few things here. So
okay.
Stand by.
I am standing.
All right, but we've got some really awesome ingredients here. Like you heard, we're going to put a little bit of a twist on this beautiful recipe. What I can get you doing in the meantime, you've got some sage and looks like parsley over there.
Yes.
You can just chop that up for me.
No problem.
Some fine diced herbs, and then I'm going to be adding the following. So we've got some apple, almond, some bacon that's already been fried up. The crispier, the better.
I have to stop you. You know, when you're in Apple, I thought you were in apple bottom jeans. Boots with the fur. Excuse me.
It's Friday.
Sorry, it is Friday. It was a trigger. The apple's a trigger.
Yes, we had almonds, apples, and salt and pepper, right? So you can get to that. I'll get into mixing all of this up in the meantime, and then we're going to take all of this and move to step 2, all right?
Brilliant. Okay, so I got the herbs covered. I'm going to do that. We're going to do it nice and quick for you.
Get your mix on.
And then while you're doing that, we'll talk it through, because you know what the thing is? You can actually end the horror of high prices this season. I have to tell you this, with Game's amazing summer specials. Now, Game Stores has a wide selection of braai essentials. I mentioned this earlier, including their braai starter pack. You need to see it. It's got a grill, it's got briquettes, it's got firelighters, a cooler box to ensure you are ready for your next braai, especially when you're watching the football, and become a tong master. Hello! With a Mega Master heavy-duty braai tong, great for handling meat on the braai from a comfortable distance to ensure an even grill. Remember, when I say comfortable distance, so you don't burn the forearm hairs, because it happens sometimes. But let's get to the chopping of the herbs. How are you doing? You're mixing it together beautiful,
I shaved my forearms for this, so
you did
get any searing on.
Okay,
so
that's
I'm good with mine. Once you get your herbs through, you can pass it this way.
No problem.
Let me move over to phase 2. So we've got some tenderized pork, all right?
Yeah.
So it's essentially kind of just flattened out. You get one of those little choppers with those little edges on the end.
Done and dusted.
Kind of just whack away at it, right?
Perfect.
Tenderize it. It helps to just absorb a lot of the flavor and everything else that we are going to put into this meat. So I've got some mustard sauce, a mustard paste over here. That's kind of going to be like, imagine this was like a slice of bread. I'm going to butter it up first, right?
Oh,
so,
my word. A slice of bread or your mother-in-law. Butter it up first. Hello.
So this also is going to provide like somewhat of not just only flavor, but the glue and the paste to make all of this magic that we put inside here bind together.
Okay,
yes, please.
It's looking good. You know what? Because I love the fact that mustard and pork, it's just a match made in heaven. We think Christmas, you think about those sort of normal combinations as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're heading toward the festive, you know, so we have to actually almost allow our palates to be hinted that festive is coming.
And this is not just any festive meal. This is a fancy one, man. This is going to really impress the guests, Carl. I'll be honest with you.
No, I have no doubt, because you're doing a phenomenal job. I've got your herbs ready, chef.
So herbs are ready. So let me start with this first, right? So I've got my little mixture that I just prepared over here.
All right.
We're basically going to place this inside just like I have done with the mustard, okay? So again, I'm just layering this all up. Make it as thick as you want, essentially, or depending on how much mix you actually have. Doesn't really matter.
Great.
And then, once we're done with that, you can pass pass me those beautiful herbs that you chopped
Okay,
up.
here we go,
Nice
chef.
and fresh.
There we go.
Beautiful form, man.
I love the color already. You see, that's the
Yeah.
beautiful thing about the color is that once you add it, and also, once again, sage and pork, match made in heaven. Mustard and pork, match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Touch of parsley over there, also works beautifully. Apple and pork, match made in heaven. This is great. So
Exactly
while you
that.
finish rolling that, because I mean, I like the way you roll.
You like
we are
the
going to
way I
mimic a
roll?
braai. We're going to mimic a braai on the stove because, you know, we heard that it's 90% rain in Cape Town. So we have to make sure that we do something. But it is time to fire up the coals. And Alicia, in a Braai Master, as Game is giving you the chance to win a 1,000 Rand shopping voucher. To enter, all you have to do is share what your favorite braai tool is. Remember to include the hashtag #GotGame to enter, and of course T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com, and the competition will run until Monday, the 25th of October 2021. That's till midnight. And don't forget that you can compare prices when shopping for your braai essentials with their Price Beat Promise, which offers a 10% refund on the difference in price on any item you've purchased. If you find it cheaper at a competitor within 21 days of your purchase, how's that? You're guaranteed a price beat on that item. And with store opening hours Monday to Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 9 to 5, and Sunday and public holidays from 9 to 4. What are you waiting for? Go get shopping and try our take on a pork fillet for the braai. It is rolled, it is beautiful, and it's perfect complement to Manchester United as well as, as Liverpool, as well as Real Madrid and Barcelona. Let's not forget that other match, please. Let's do that. If you want to get those, any of the details here, Raul and I have been up all night trying to get the recipe going on expressoshow.com, so please do that. More importantly, get the game this weekend, get your tools, and let's get going. This is simple. We also have something lovely for you, which is that competition. So,
Voila,
okay,
yeah.
so
the
a little
last
olive
bit
oil
that
to
you
finish.
just messed up.
I just want to do this before we close this. I want to hear the sear
Wrapped.
before we say bye.
It's wrapped, it's oiled onto the griddle pan, seared for a couple minutes, not much. Pop into the oven straight away for 180 for safety, about 20 degrees, and voila, you've got the perfect braai meal
Done.
for any occasion.
Done and dusted. Get the recipe. Let's go this weekend.
Only you can make my day.
right, well, wherever your allegiances lie, take a deep breath and get ready. It's Derby weekend ahead of the biggest match in the English Premier League, undoubtedly. Certainly with the most history, it's Man United and Liverpool going head-to-head on Sunday. We've got Rob Haley, who is the secretary of the Liverpool fan club in Cape Town, and then Ricky van Wyk, who is the chairman of the Man United Supporters Club. Welcome, guys. You were getting on quite nicely a second ago.
With who?
I'm interested to know, how long has this rivalry been going on? How long have you two known each other?
Look, we've known each other for quite a while.
Too long?
Too long, yes.
5, 6 years.
Yeah, but...
Oh, sure, pure agony.
Yeah. Knowing a Liverpool supporter is agony in its own. But unfortunately, most of my closest friends, some of my closest friends are Liverpool supporters. They can't help themselves but to be close to
but
me.
just now they were born into it, and then they can only try.
Yeah.
You guys have given yourself every chance, both of you. Amazing performances in the UEFA Champions League this week.
Come on.
That's got to bore you. Let's look at it from a Man United perspective. What's going on? What's been at fault? Everyone obviously has their leading suspects in terms of who needs to go and what needs to change. Let's start with the coach. Is Ollie the right man for the job?
Why are you calling our coach out? Well, look, 90% of the fan base and other fans are obviously going to call him out for... He's an icon. I'm not going to call him out. He's a United icon. I know I've got one guy, Denver Davids, absolutely hates him. So
you're just saying this for a friend, not your opinion,
just
it's for a friend.
Yeah. But let me tell you something. Ole is, okay, he's not the man to take us where we need to be honest with you.
All right.
But I'm not going to call him out because he's been doing his damnedest, his best, with nothing. But now he's got a team that should be able to compete in the league, in other competitions. And
yeah, he's got some bona fide match winners. Yeah.
are just not up to standard. And that's the disappointing thing at the moment.
There must be a reason for it, and I want you to think about that for a second. Let's look at Liverpool's momentum. A brilliant performance in Madrid, but they were pushed. How important is it to have those kind of tests going into a derby game like this, and how do you feel ahead of this weekend? You must be buoyed and confident.
I'm extremely buoyed and ready for this challenge. I mean, we scored 3 goals on all our away games, 3 goals or more. Atletico was a crazy challenge. I actually was fearing the worst when they went 2-2 because they just had us, in that moment. But went to half-time, Klopp said a few magical words, and the game changed. Even though they had a red card, we still pushed, and we were able to change our momentum from maybe lacking a little bit during the game and just pushing, which Klopp is the genius behind that.
How much is it helping having the consistency now in that squad? If you think of how...
Well, no, I didn't explain it, but what Matip brings is under the radar. He's as good as Van Dijk going forward. And from there on, everybody's giving their all. For Fabinho, they have to be wary on Sunday, definitely.
Oh, beware the wounded beast, my friend. Beware the wounded beast. And derbies have a weird way of being that turning point in a season. Is this the catalyst that Ollie and the team need? And what is missing? How can you have a strike force that is that fast, that potent, one of the best finishers in the world now, undoubtedly? Why is the ball not going from defence to the front line? What's gone on?
Yeah, I think you know the answer to that. we've got 2 holding midfielders. Basically, we're playing with a back 6. So we've got 2 holding midfielders. McFred, we call them. They basically trying to protect the back 4, which, in my view, Ollie's first trying to preserve, not losing, and then he wants to win. So that gap between the actual attack and the defence, that transition is not taking place fast enough. He's still our icon.
Say it for a friend, it's not your opinion.
Yeah, all the time. But they are scared as hell. I can tell you that.
Well, you must be scared of a squad that's got Ronaldo in it. I'm sorry, that's just the bottom line. He's one of the best finishers in the world.
The game is never on form. Yeah. United and Liverpool, it's basically...
It has its own history,
We're on each other's cases. The media is on the game. When it comes to the game, it feels like the hype is there and the game never meets that level. But... I think even coming this Sunday, United will perform. But Liverpool will pick up 2-3 extra years.
Going to Old Trafford, it's going to be special, man. There's going to be fans in that stadium. It's going to be a wonderful one. Give me a score.
2-1 United.
3-1 Liverpool.
Wow, I love it. Goals either way. Gentlemen, we love you, we respect you, we love the fact that you can sit on the same couch together for at least 10 minutes, but their time is almost up. If you're a Liverpool or a Man United fan, or a Real Madrid or a Barcelona fan this weekend, let us know. Where's your heart? Some derby football on the way.
Oh, and the pressure's on.
It is on, and it is a football-heavy show today because this morning on social media we asked you, are you Team Liverpool or are you Team Manchester United? And let us know your score predictions, and this is what you had to say online.
So we got Amanda Fenter saying Manchester 2-1 for Liverpool, hashtag Expresso show, that's the first one.
There we go. Ferdy says, morning team, Manchester 2, Liverpool 1.
Hey, Monet Mason Kuri says Manchester United will always be my #1 team. No score prediction, doesn't matter how they do, it sounds like.
And Leon says, morning Expresso family, when you walk through the storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. Liverpool all the way 3-1 to the Reds.
Ooh, it's going to be very interesting. So, will Manchester United be able to relive that Old Trafford atmosphere? Will Liverpool be able to maintain the 100% record that they've obviously been able to do in Atletico Madrid? Let us know. Use that hashtag Expresso show.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Still feeling the Friday vibe today. It's great. And you know what? With colours changing this weekend with football, we decided to stop and make sure that we are coloring our life with Plascon. We asked you what your dream color palette would be for your home in order to win a 4,000 rand Plascon voucher. Before we find out who that lucky winner is, let's take a look at what some of you had to say.
Yeah, so we're starting off with Ashley Theron, who says my dream color palette would be sterling grey. I love this color and it would be so warming to welcome my firstborn in a few months. I like that. Some color with intention, right?
Indeed. I also like that idea of sterling grey. That's quite posh. Fatima Lunat saying neutral color palette. Love the warm, earthy tones like baked coconut, Annabelle, pale blossom, and gold spun. Come on.
Gold spun.
Sounds like
that.
food.
Very fancy. And then Sharon Sequoy comes through and says, my dream color is neutral, stone, sand, etc. Now, Plascon has the perfect palette. The inside walls need a paint desperately, and at the moment, it is bright colors, and I need the change to suit my healthy, relaxed lifestyle. Yes to you. I'm loving that. Oh.
I know Nature Boy would love that. So, now it's time to reveal the lucky winner. Are you ready?
For this?
Can you do a little drum roll tap for me? Can you do that? Okay, here we go.
From primary school onwards, you ready?
Okay,
3, 2, 1,
go.
And our winner is Jermaine Adams!
Yes! That's how you make fierce. That's it, Jermaine. Let's take a look at her comment. A smooth color that would go with summer. So I will go for the light blue color. Look at that. Thank you, Jermaine.
That.
Also, how much fun can you have with a simple table and a drum roll made by yourself? That is the best. I had fun. Thank you.
So, now listen up, Mzansi. For all these lucky viewers watching at home, you stand the chance to also win a 4,000 Rand Plascon voucher too. Yes, that can be yours. And all you have to do is reply to the competition post on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram and tell us what your favorite range from Plascon is. And of course, you got to tell us why. And don't forget to use the hashtag #ThePlasconLifestyle. Now, the competition closes Tuesday, 26th of October at midnight, and your terms and conditions can be found on ExpressoShow.com.
Join Expresso this spring to stand a chance of winning a 4,000 Rand Plascon voucher weekly as we ask how you color your life. Is it the cherry red in your ride, maybe the burst of new blues from your garden, or the sunsets and seascapes of a favorite getaway? Well, answer our weekly social media question and find the terms and conditions on ExpressoShow.com. Then color your life with 4,000 Rand paint vouchers to be won all spring on Expresso.
Now, when it comes to the journey to healthy skin, it really is a complicated road for most, but it shouldn't be, because smart skincare products that work with active and natural ingredients are the key to happy and healthy skin. And Woolworths now houses some of the most respected dermatological skincare brands in the beauty game. And whether you have sensitive or dry skin, a combination skin, there really is something for everyone. Now, to help us navigate the world of smart beauty, we have our beauty editor, Nox Mafu, in studio. Nox, I'm very excited for this.
It's actually one of my favorite topics, absolutely.
So what do we mean when we say smart beauty?
Okay, so I think that word can make us a little bit nervous, but basically it means that the ingredients inside the product basically switch on to the natural biological changes that happen in your skin. So if you've got oily skin, if you've got dry skin, all those changes, and especially when the seasons are changing, this product then will listen to that and respond to that with the ingredients packed inside the bar.
And you know, these are what you would call active ingredients?
Absolutely. So those are active ingredients. They really specialized and focus in on the skin. And obviously these focus on the layer underneath, so under the epidermis, which is that outer layer, that thick inner layer there, that's where all the magic happens. And products like this really work on that base.
Because I know when I go for a facial, and you know, when you talk about the products you use, a lot of them say, oh, it only treats the epidermis, but you mustn't forget about that layer underneath.
Exactly.
Now, when it comes to dermatological products, which ones should we be looking out for?
Well, it depends what you're looking for, right? And as we mentioned in the beginning, that whether you've got oily or sensitive, you know, we all have got different needs. So I think let's start with a cleanser, right?
Okay.
And I know we all know that Dermalogica it feels like it's one of like the OGs of dermatological beauty care. So This is what they call the cleanser, which is the special cleansing gel.
Okay.
And this is kind of the product hero in the range. And this is a soap-free cleanser. It's really great because it hydrates the skin, but also allows the impurities to leave the skin without taking out the moisture of the skin.
Oh, see, that's the thing. When you use a cleanser that is too harsh, your skin will
100%.
feel tight afterwards.
Yes.
And I love that this one, you know, has the hydrating properties.
I'm glad you said that because a lot of people think that that's good. You know what I mean? Like, or your skin shouldn't feel tight. So this is really great, and it's a great solution. You know, you can put it in. It's like a gel cleanser.
Yeah.
So this is great.
So if you at home are using a product and you feel like your skin is quite tight afterwards, I think maybe you need to reconsider the product. It might be too strong for your face.
Absolutely, and those natural oils are good, and I think often we're told that they're not. So then we've got the Aven, which is the clearance cleansing gel, which is really great here because this is actually for people who've got oily skin, acne-prone skin, and this is a mattifying one. So those type of people need that type of thing. Whereas when we spoke before, we'd need something that would keep the hydration. But if you're someone who produces a lot more, this is your go-to. So it's really, really great at a great price point also, and will keep you going through the days.
And that's a key thing, is the price point, because beauty products can be expensive.
Absolutely.
And it's horrible when everything finishes at once. But if you spend, you know, a good amount on a cleanser, that will last you quite some time.
Absolutely. It is an investment. I think we need to understand that skincare is an investment. And then, of course, we've got the Urage, and this is a cleansing cream. It also cleanses, protects, and nourishes the skin. Also something very lightweight on the skin, so very easy for people who don't really have problematic skin, but this is your go-to. And so that is kind of the base of cleaning the skin.
Okay, so those are all the cleansers. Now, of course, I am a sunblock girl. I don't leave the home without sunblock. Come sunshine, come first thing in the morning. Okay, the only time I don't put on sunblock is at night.
Yes.
But winter, summer, I always wear SPF.
Now, I want everyone at home to follow what Zoe does, because that's actually one of the most important things to do. So Bioderma has an incredible range of SPF. Now, this is great because it's really good in terms of sun protection, but also anti-aging properties.
Okay,
Right? So
is that for
it's really
skin or whole body or everything?
So you could do it for just
I meant
for
face,
the skin,
not
the face.
skin.
Yeah,
I meant
all
face.
this, I hear what you mean. This is more for the face, but I think I don't see any harm in putting it through the body. But I think because it's such a great product, you'd probably want to save it just for your face. But really, it's great. It doesn't leave that grey residue that I think some people can worry about. Such a great treat to have. And then, of course, we've got the Dermalogica SPF also, and this is great for hydration and SPF protection at the same time. Really, really great for people who want your skin to not have like aging properties, but I mean it's really great because the combination of these I think this is a bit more potent if you're worried about anti-aging.
Okay, and also pigmentation happens quite, the sun is the result behind the pigmentation.
Absolutely.
Now, Knox, we are running out of time, but there are 3 products we haven't touched on. Quickly tell me about those.
So those are your micellar waters. So those are great for taking off any impurities, to refresh your skin during the course of the day. Spray it on and you're ready to have a good day.
Oh, well, Knox, I love talking beauty with you, and especially smart beauty. And if you've taken some notes, Mzansi, listen up, because we've just gone through some of the leading dermatological brands out there right now. And the good news is you can shop these at Woolworths. They're available in-store, online, and on the Woolies app.
Woolworths brings you the beauty brands you love. From the icons you swear by to local favorites. From clean beauty to coveted fragrances. Your most loved beauty brands. Edited for you.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. Let's look forward now to the festive season. Yes, it is here. I can't believe we're actually talking about Christmas now. It is almost upon us, and kids are looking forward to receiving their favorite toys. However, more than 1 million children in South Africa don't know what it feels like to own a toy, not one at all, a book or a game or anything of their own. Well, Safripol, together with the Angel Network, will make the dream of owning a toy a reality for many underprivileged children this year with their Let's Plastic Responsibly toy campaign. And here to tell us all about it is Mark Berry, the commercial executive of Safripol, and the Angel Network's Terry Marks. Guys, welcome back.
Thank you.
I can't believe it's been a year.
No, can we?
That is crazy.
Time's certainly flown by, and I mean, it's quite heartbreaking to hear that there are quite a few South African kids that's never had a toy or a book or something of their own, never mind a brand new toy. Mark, I'm going to start with you. What is this toy campaign all about?
Okay, so the first thing is the society that we live in at the moment has got some speed bumps, you know, and just through a little bit of effort on everyone's behalf through this campaign that we're doing with the Angel Network, we can actually get a toy that's not adding any value to you in your cupboard or your house, and actually be able to repurpose and reuse that and actually give somebody, as I say, that's something that they would never have before. We did this campaign last year. We were very well supported. We got just slightly under 3,500 toys donated. Wow. And actually to go out into these underprivileged communities and actually give the guys a Christmas present is something that tugs on your heart. You know, it really is, it's something else.
It's something we completely take for granted, and it can make such a massive difference in a young child's life. There, obviously, the practicality of just owning a toy, but it's the notion, it's the idea of them being that important in that moment. Terry, how did the Angel Network connect to this, and how do you feel about this kind of dynamic when it's made so simple for those of us who want to do something, and I believe everyone wants to do something, to be able to just do that through one simple donation?
Absolutely. Safripol approached us a year ago to do this initiative, and we are so thrilled again to have this opportunity. You know, there are so many children out there that are living through incredible hardship, even more so than pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And basically the partnership that we have with Safripol is something that really benefits these children. So with Safripol, we're looking for the conduit and the networking to get these toys out into the communities. The Angel Network has that through all our beneficiaries, and we are able to distribute to these children. And pre-COVID, Christmas was something we always had on our agenda, but now that we are focused so passionately on feeding out in the communities, with COVID being so devastating.
Food security has become the biggest issue.
We are very focused on food security, sustainability. We were concerned about having the funding or getting in the donors to help us make Christmas a reality for these children. So through Safripol and this initiative, it's an amazing opportunity for us to know that we're going to hopefully get an incredibly successful initiative together and be able to give more and more toys out to these children and bring some joy into their difficult lives.
And love,
They do need that. And I mean, as you mentioned, Terry, you know, the big focus has been on food security, but kids need toys. They need to play and really explore with their imagination and get creative, and you often do that through play with toys. Now, Mark, why is this initiative so close to your heart?
Yeah, it's just okay. We need to be responsible in everything that we do, okay? So it's not just, we've got our campaign, Let's Plastic Responsibly, and really that we talk to there about the behavior of using items that end up, you know,
in the ocean,
in the ocean or in the environment. So we are against pollution of all forms in the environment, and particularly plastic pollution. So we've got our new campaign. Well, the Let's Plastic Responsibly campaign's got an additional element to it, and the 3 elements that we've added to it are repurpose, recycle, and rethink. And I'll use an example that Terry shared with us, and it's a simple thing like your ice cream container, right? That you would just use and chuck in the bin. what the Angel Network are finding in terms of their feeding scheme and their soup kitchens is they haven't got crockery and cutlery to actually serve meals out to these people. And if you look to our campaign and you go, repurpose or rethink your old ice cream container, there's a food container for you.
Yeah.
That's along those type of lines. So again, as Terry was saying, you know, if you go to these communities and the guys haven't even got food, there's no chance they're going to get a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
You know, and Terry was also explaining to us, you know, like for instance, one soccer ball, 8 kids have got an activity or a toy or something to
social as well,
to do. And being absolutely honest with you, I think we mustn't be wasteful. There's things in our own lives, just with a tiny little bit of effort, go take it out the cupboard and make somebody's month.
Yeah, man, you might have forgotten about it, but it's going to make a massive difference.
Yeah.
How can we help? What do you need from us?
So you guys are really helping tremendously, and you did last year, and I want to thank you guys for that. That was really fantastic. You guys are giving us the airtime and the wherewithal with our campaign. We've had a tremendous amount of support for the initiative, and I think it's just a case of participating and actually even making a small effort yourself to just go and get 1 or 2 less used toys in your particular environment and donate it in one of our boxes.
Okay, and the boxes can be found at Toy Kingdoms across South Africa.
Yeah, so last year we started a little bit later with the concept. We were a little bit earlier this year, just to try and get a little bit
just to
more
freak us out at the end of the year as everyone is like,
People spring clean, and this is the perfect time to donate those pre-loved toys.
So there's more boxes. We've gone from 10 boxes last year to 54 boxes this year. And then also what we've got schools involved this year. We've got a couple of corporate customers that are also involved. So there's a lot more pickup points.
Oh, fabulous.
Guys, thank you so much. Terry, thank you for the work you do every day. The Angel Network is amazing, and I'm so glad that they're getting this kind of shot in the arm. So enjoy Christmas, guys. I'm sure we're going to connect a lot until the end of the year, but hopefully as many people out there as possible will go and do a little audit at home. I can guarantee you there are toys that your kids are not using that could be repurposed. Just do a little rethinking yourself, and you could change someone's life on the most fundamental level.
Thanks a lot, Graham. Just after 7 o'clock, let's take a look at your news for the day. Now, the Steel and Engineering Industries Federation of South Africa yesterday said it had reached a landmark wage agreement with employers to end the strike. The Employers Association said the National Union of Metal Workers of SA accepted its final 6% wage offer that the union had initially rejected. The strike cost the industry more than R500 million. Striking workers lost more than 200 million rand in salaries due to the principle of no work, no pay. Meanwhile, Western Cape Education MEC Debbie Schaefer has issued a stern warning to matric candidates thinking of cheating in the upcoming exams. Schaefer said yesterday a serious exam leak almost led to the rewriting of certain matric exams across the country last year. She said cheating could have far-reaching consequences, not just for the learners involved, but many others too. She also warned that criminal prosecution could be instituted should it be found that a candidate was involved in the leakage of an examination question paper. On to international news, New Zealand has reported a record number of new COVID-19 infections for the second time in 3 days. Authorities say 102 new cases have been confirmed, 94 of which are in Auckland. This brings the total cases of the current outbreak to 2,260. New Zealand had almost no cases for months until an outbreak of the Delta variant of the virus spread from Auckland to neighboring regions in August. Authorities have warned that new infections would continue to rise until the vaccination rate was high enough. The Eswatini government, meanwhile, has directed the country's main telecoms operator, MTN, to shut down social media giant Facebook. The move is part of a bid to curb pro-democracy protests that have been going on for months in the country ruled by an absolute monarch. The government is accusing social media platforms of irresponsibly spreading misinformation, which was contributing to the unrest. Since late June, Eswatini has experienced a wave of protests by demonstrators calling for major constitutional reforms. King Mswati has ruled the kingdom since 1986. And next, South Africa's legendary broadcaster honoured. Now, Rhodes University to bestow an honorary degree on legendary broadcaster Noxolo Grootboom for 4 decades of work in broadcasting and for the promotion of his Xhosa. Now, she will receive the degree of Doctor of Letters, D.Lit, honoris causa at the university's second virtual graduation ceremony today, and that'll be the week 29 October. The beloved broadcaster retired in March, years after cementing her place in the local media industry and in the hearts of millions of South Africans with her signature sign-off line, Dintanda nonke emakhaya, I love you all at home. She began her career at the SABC in 1983 as a typist and worked her way to eventually becoming the lead anchor on the evening isiXhosa News Bulletin. Rhodes Vice-Chancellor Dr. Sizwe Mabizela said, and I quote, "Our nation owes her an unpayable debt of gratitude for giving much-needed hope to many South Africans in times of national loss and despair, and for being a passionate advocate of the isiXhosa language in our society. Ma'am Noxolo's humility and humanity is something that will never be forgotten. She deserves this highest honor and at this beautiful university as well." So that's exactly what they said, and we thank you so much for Noxolo's contribution to everything that we do in the media industry. That's a wrap of the news for you. Let's take a look at our next update. Here's the weather.
Congratulations, Mam Nokolo Grootboom. Thank you very much. Carl, wasty tasty. We take a look at your weather across the globe. The United Nations reports that more than 700,000 people have been uprooted due to the worst floods to hit South Sudan in decades. At least 40 people lost their lives after heavy rains and flash floods that also destroyed crops and homes were experienced. Scientists blame climate change for the floods in many places in East Africa. And in India and Nepal, floods have claimed some 180 victims. Two Indian states, Uttarakhand and Kerala, were badly affected and homes were submerged or crushed by rocks swept into them by landslides. Dozens of people are missing in both India and Nepal. And in Nepal, victims include a family of 6, among them 3 children whose house was buried in a sudden deluge of soil and debris. Now, in the Himalayan state of Uttarakhand, where 328 millimeters were recorded in 24 hours this week, schools have been closed and religious and tourist activities have been suspended. Such terrible news happening there. Of course, our thoughts and our prayers do go out to all those affected areas and all of those people in those areas. We kick off our Sunrise Photo Showcase this morning with regular contributor Ntokozo Theo Makatini from Johannesburg, who shared this beautiful shot of an orange skyline in the distance as the sun comes up. Take a look at that. How beautiful. And next we head to the coast with this breathtaking shot taken by Razine Pandi from Gqeberha, overlooking the bay area from the promenade. It's beautiful. Love it. What a way to start your day. And now we take a look at those temperatures, starting off with Pulukani, 25% chance of rain for you today. 16 is your low, reaching a high of 27. If you're out in Mbombela, 18 and 34, those are your temperatures. Pretoria, the capital city, starts off at 15. That's your low, reaching highs of 26. With a 25% chance of rain for Johannesburg today, sun and clouds, 13 and 24. Some thunder showers expected out in Mahikeng today, 11. That's your low, reaching a high of 28. In Klerksdorp, it's rainy season as well over there, 11. That's your low, reaching a high of 28. With Kimberley coming in with some sun and clouds, 10. That's your minimum, reaching a maximum of 26. Some thunder showers are also expected out in Bloemfontein today, 7, reaching a high of 25, with Richards Bay coming in at 18 and 32. If you're out in Pietermaritzburg, 13 and 31, those are your temperatures. 25% chance of rain for the warmest place to be. That's Durban, 18, reaching a high of 32. Mthatha, 10 and 28, with East London expecting lots of rain today, 15. That's your low, reaching a high of 24. If you're in Craddock, 12, that's your low, reaching a high of 25. Gqeberha, 15 and 20, with George coming in at 13 and 22. 72% chance of rain for Cape Town. Brace yourself, Mother City. It's at 12. That's your low, reaching a high of 19. Worcester, 10 and 20. Sutherland, 4. That's your low, reaching highs of 13. If you're out in Uppington, you will start off at 11. You will peak at a high of 22 degrees today. That's where we leave it for now. The next update will be in just over an hour.
Oh, thank you, Tubbsy.
There's so much magic still coming on the show. Of course, we've got all our presenters in the studio hyping you up. We've got a superstar, Zahara, that's going to be entertaining us. And Zoe, we've got some delicious meals, yeah?
That's right. We're going to make a sugar bean curry with some yogurt, so do not go anywhere. That and a whole lot more coming up all the way through till 9 o'clock.
Yeah. See you soon.
South Africa, it is time to rise up as we continue the fight against the spread of COVID-19. Whether it's following social distancing protocol or getting the vaccination, now is the time to show Mzansi how much you care. To celebrate and commemorate just how far we've come as a country, we want you to get up and dance. It's time for all South Africans, young and old, to share in the joy as we embark on a journey to a COVID-free world. For some, it will be a dance of remembrance, a dance of survival for others, and a dance of hope for many, but a dance of fun for all. Enter as an individual, as a family, or even colleagues. Get everyone involved. Follow our step-by-step tutorial and win.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, just because we're freaking you out about how quickly the year is moving, can you believe it's almost that time of the year? Black Friday is around the corner and it's time to start hunting for the best deals. And as always, Woolies is spoiling us with some epic early bird promotions. Perfect for someone who's moving into a new house.
I need this because you can get 20% off 2 selected bedding items and fleece throws if you shop between now and the 31st of October 2021. Now, this incredible deal, it is available at Woolworths. You can shop it in-store, you can shop it online and on the Woolies app. But why wait till Black Friday? I mean, I love sales, so I'm here for it. So happy shopping.
All do love a good sale, but the next thing we also do love is to be inspired in the kitchen with some wholesome meals. Check this out.
With the creamy decadence of double cream bliss from Clover, yogurt has never been so irresistible.
Made with love by Clover. You know what, I'll tell you this. We love interacting with you on our social media and, you know, just as we inspire you with recipe ideas, we find that a lot of the time we actually find and draw inspiration from you as well. Like our viewer, Obidia Sali, who says that sugar bean curry is one of her favorite go-to recipes and it sounds delicious. Nothing compares to that comfort that a bowl of sugar bean curry can bring. It really can always hit the spot. Now, served with a delicious dollop of Clover Bliss double cream yogurt, it goes to a whole new level altogether, which is something we're going to be attempting here with our very own nature boy in the kitchen.
I like that.
Right.
Keyword attempting.
Hey, attempting, because you know what? To replicate somebody's recipe, somebody else's recipe that they've tried and tested over years, isn't always easy, but you can go as close as you can. You've got all of the ingredients that you need.
And I've got lots of them, and I've got lots of colours, Tubbs, and I'm going to try my best here because I've never attempted a meal like this. I've always wanted to, because this is that kind of thing that when you walk in the kitchen, you just smell that, like, loving, and this is like a home.
Right?
This is the meal that makes a home. So we're going to attempt that, and yeah, I don't need much help here other than just trying to concentrate because there's a lot of ingredients going on.
Okay.
What we're going to do, we've already got the pot on. All right. Okay, and what we're going to do is toast some of our drier ingredients. Okay, right? So that's some of the following. So we've got cardamom in here, which I'll pop straight in there for toasting. We've got some mustard seed, so that goes in there as well. We've got bay leaves as well.
Oh, Chef Clem's favorite. Favorite. I mean, he puts bay leaves in everything.
He does.
In his cereal in the morning, bay leaves.
It's the kind of meal that you have, and you know when you eat it and then you go, it's Chef Clem is in here.
That's it, like dessert, bay leaves.
And then I've got some cinnamon also going into that. You don't have to break it, but you can. And then you kind of just toast this up, right? So once you've got a nice little toasting on that, we want to move to the next phase, all right? So I'm just going to fast forward into time here. So I'll pop a little bit of oil in once it's been toasted. And then we're going to saute our onions first, all right? We're getting nice and fancy here.
I do like that a recipe like this, especially because you've got so many ingredients, does allow you to experiment a lot more than you would with the typical everyday type of recipe, which is the fun thing about making anything of this nature in the kitchen.
Definitely, Tubbs, and the fact is that you can also tweak it to your liking. I mean, mean, maybe you don't like turmeric as one of the spices or
substitute
if you want to make it like Chef Clem as well. Apart from Bailey's, one thing he loves is hot like a heater.
Hot like a heater.
Like a heater.
You make it hot like
that makes everything super fire, super chili.
Yeah.
So I think for someone like him, he'll definitely add a lot more of that into this mix, right? So again, fast forwarding into time, once we've got our onions sauteed, we can start adding some of the other ingredients into it. So we've got some beautiful spices here. I've got turmeric, that's the yellow one.
I love turmeric. I mean, that is really the elixir for like...
Oh, excuse me.
Like youth and vitality.
No, but you're right. It
Look at me.
is.
I live on it.
Is that why your skin is glowing like this? I see. But honestly, Tubbs, you're not mistaken at all. Turmeric is a fantastic spice. It's anti-inflammatory as well. So it does preserve that youth, and it is very much like an elixir, like you like to say. All right, then we've got some chili powder in here as well. So now we're getting some of the spice, and then we've got a masala paste. Not a masala paste, a masala spice. So this is going to really give that authenticity.
Roll the money.
I'm trying to make moms and Obida proud here with this incredible recipe.
You're going to be getting lots of marriage proposals from the ladies and the aunties who are watching this show who actually just need a break. Hey?
Anybody looking for a toy boy? Head over to the kitchen. I got you.
Or on expressoshow.com, and on there you will also find the recipe with all of the ingredients listed, and you'll see it really isn't as complicated as it sounds.
Not
just
at all.
Because you've got lots of ingredients doesn't mean it's complicated. But really, I can't wait for this dollop of the clover bliss going in there, because that is the creaminess.
It is. It's like the final topping on this beautiful meal, and we save it for last.
So please get on with it.
So we'll get to that right away. But I know you're excited because I see you sometimes, Tubbs, just plugging into that stuff. You just chow it like a meal. So I've just added some tomatoes. I got tomato paste going in here as well. And then we've got some potatoes. And I can add some of the liquid of the potato as well. That's not a problem, because you want to get some of that good sauce going.
Nice and rich in that way.
And then before you add the sugar beans, you really want to just make sure that the potato really does get cooked. So you want to cook it through.
Takes time, ne?
And have you ever had a meal that has all this beautiful ingredients in it, some soft meat, and then
potato?
Papa, not
Nobody
for me,
wants
thank you
that.
very
It's
much.
like you're chewing into like the soul of a of a pair of sneakers.
That's another way to call it soul food. I like that.
Love that.
Once your potatoes all good, we're adding our sugar beans in, and this is now really going to absorb all of this beautiful mixture of flavor, the spices, and this curry sensation that we've got going on here.
And I imagine it's about taking your time and really pacing yourself as you get into it. Really just staring and not staying away from the pot, especially.
I mean,
with a
look at
recipe
the
like
session
this.
we're having right now. I don't get enough time with you, Tubbs. And look at this awesome opportunity to have a conversation, make a good meal, and put some smiles on our faces.
Let's spend some more time together.
We should, eh?
I think we should. I think we should.
And then, as promised, I know you were excited for this.
In she goes.
Hero ingredient. In she goes. So here's my dollop. I like it extra creamy.
Yes, get that
Extra
in
dollop
there.
for good
I'll tell you
measure.
this. You can go on expressoshow.com if you want the recipe. But this girl is the girl you cannot do without. A source of 10 vitamins. I absolutely love it. So get that all going. That's what the final product looks like. If you check now, you will see, ta-da! That's what it would look like. And it smells so good
Actually,
in this
mine
kitchen,
smells
right?
better. I'm not going to lie. I think my one's going to be better than this.
Oh, really? That's what they all say. So please do try this recipe out, especially because it's raining in most parts of the country, and I know it's going to be raining throughout the weekend as well. So this is really perfect. That comfort food, that warmth you're going to be needing. Maybe take a photograph of your one and show us what it looks like. expressoshow.com for the recipe.
Nice
Thanks,
job.
Rob. Boom. Boom.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day.
Oh, man. Well, welcome
Honestly.
back to it. What a way to step into it, because as she's just done, Zahara has captivated Mzansi listeners since that particular song, Loliwe, was released a decade ago. Can you believe it? It's been so long.
But it still feels so fresh and new.
It does,
right?
it does, it does.
Let me brag.
Okay.
Go for it.
Not decade.
Yeah.
Guys, Zahara Loliwe is actually celebrating 10 years.
Oh! Woo!
Yes!
Everybody,
Still
give it up.
#1.
Oh, man. I love it. I love it.
10 years, okay, and we have the stunning vocals, as you can hear, and the musical arrangements that this beautiful individual has given to us. I can tell you she has endured and is back and better than ever.
Yep.
And then before we catch up with her, I think it's important for you to get a taste of her latest single. This is Izolo. We must clap, because if you think about it, right, you think about Zahara, that was standing on end, because she was so amazing. Now, if you haven't already, please give a massive welcome to Zahara! Yes, that's the welcome we wanted to give you.
It's so good to have you here.
Thank you. I already welcomed myself here.
Yes, yes.
Because you know why? Because this is home for me.
But Zahara, and it's beautiful. How did you survive?
Okay, let me tell something. There's one thing. I always say to people that when they ask me, what would you say to an upcoming musician or somebody who wants to embark into whatever?
Yeah.
I always tell them, it's the timing.
Yeah.
Even now, we've got COVID. After 10 years from now, maybe after 5 years from now, we're gonna have something else. It's about how you position yourself as a person.
Even in difficult times.
Exactly.
Especially in difficult times.
Besides that, but the people that you surround yourself with. Because if you surround yourself with people that always say yes to Zahara, then I'm going nowhere. You have to surround yourself with people that can say no to you sometimes.
That's true.
Even during the pandemic, during whatever. I survived because I've learned. And God, uThixo undinika amandla. Iphinda umthandazo kamama and my family. Nani, now you're not gonna say nah. As my supporters.
Yeah.
Every time you meet with me, you say, Sarah, hang in there.
Yeah.
We are with you and everything. That gives me power to actually stand up.
We just love you.
There's so much inspiration coming from you, and I can feel it to the music. I watched Izolo, and it's just so beautiful. Tell me a bit more about the single. Let's go to the music and how it came together. That beautiful song that we'll hear a little later on Expresso.
Okay, it was about, you know what, like they always say in the Bible, forgiveness is not for the other person.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is for you. It's for you so that you can leave. Because if that's why there's a part they say, bandiwabamba maqhubu. Inhliziyo yami nje. It's because ikhulekile. Even though you have done me wrong.
Yeah.
But me, I forgive you, but doesn't mean you have to be in my cycle.
I get you. That's
You don't have to my cycle.
You can forgive from a distance. Your own spirit.
Your own space.
You're a woman on a mission, and we know that 2021, the rest of it, and 2022 are going to be massive, massive for you.
Mamela was.
Dikrelele, no.
Awazi kahle.
Yes, sisazobona.
uThixo unamamangaza.
Santandi. Well, Zahara is here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, and it is going to be such a treat. Because guess what? She is going to be performing right here, live on the Expresso stage. So please make sure that you stick around for that. Siyakuthanda.
Enkosi kakhulu.
Yep, really grateful to have Zahara here this morning. Breathtaking performances on the way. But first up, just a little reminder of this week's The Insider Essay competition. Some amazing prizes up for grabs. You stand a chance of winning another one of the 10 10 gig data bundles on offer.
There we go.
Wow.
And to enter, it's really easy. Find the Vodacom post on the Insider SA social pages and then comment on the post telling us what you like most about Vodacom Red.
Yep, it's as easy as that. And you can find out more about those benefits on the new Vodacom Red packages and their range by watching the Insider SA tomorrow at 1 p.m. right here on S3. And we celebrate those who have used perseverance to achieve success. We're going to meet an incredible young woman, Jeannie Meyer, or Jeannie Meyer, a brand specialist from Bloemfontein, who inspires us all to love her city. And we are going to find out how she balances her very busy schedule with Vodacom Red, incorporating her marketing skills into her business and injects energy and excitement into absolutely everything she does.
Well, lots to look forward to, so go on and watch the show tomorrow at 1 p.m. and then head on over to the Insider SA pages to enter, and you could be one of those 10 lucky winners winning a 10 gig data bundle so that you can experience Red and unlock more. Now, the competition, it closes that Saturday. That's tomorrow at midnight, and those T's and C's can be found on the insidersa.co.za. Good luck.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it.
Having too much fun here, man.
It's Friday laughs, but also there's so much to laugh about, to see, to explore, to experience. Durban. That's the place. You know all about it.
It's like a second home at the moment at times.
Yeah, it is for me as well. For me as well. And we know that it's known as South Africa's playground. And this summer, the city is open for business.
Yeah, and it's ready to welcome some visitors from near and far. But Durban is not just about golden beaches and warm Indian Ocean water. The city also offers everything from cultural experiences, adventure, and beautiful natural beauty to explore and enjoy. Let's check it out.
We are here today. It's part of our promotion of the Durban Summers Travel Extravaganza, which is more around promoting the summer season of Durban, as we are already in the summer season and we are heading for the festive season of Durban. So this is part of our promotion in relation to inviting visitors to come to the destination as they plan for their vacation and demonstrating the kind of activities that they can do in Durban. So today we are here showcasing an experience which is a hidden gem experience at Amatata Mountain, which is right at the top, flat mountain, beautiful scenery at Inanda, which is one of our iconic sites or locations. And here at Amatata Mountain, we are actually showcasing exciting, adventurous experience of helicopter ride as well as quite bike. So it's a combination of different, adventure experiences. From the helicopter ride, you are able to see the view from a bird's eye view and be able to just experience the scenery, the beauty of Inanda heritage.
Awesome experience. Oh my gosh, the views were lovely, absolutely breathtaking.
It's absolutely amazing. So I was at the NSA Gallery on an activation for tourism, and and I won this amazing prize. I just had to answer some questions about tourism in Durban. So I've already been in a helicopter ride, which took us through the dam and through the valley and then to the Mzinyati Falls, which was absolutely beautiful. And we're going quad biking, and I am so coming back to this beautiful mountain. I think it must be the best view in Durban.
In this area, it's a beautiful picnic site that people can actually come and experience, put in their picnic baskets, just have a quiet time of entertainment. So it's outside of the CBD, meaning there's no loudness and distraction from the CBD. So we are here today to actually showcase that. We've got people, Durbanites and other people from outside Durban coming to experience. They are quite excited, they're having a good time. As Durban, we are on the move. As Durban, we are kicking off our summer season, and as visitors come, this is one of the experiences they can come and enjoy. But there's many other experiences that we have. Coastal culinary in the beachfront, we've got Ushaka Marine World, but this is one of the hidden gems that we are particularly showcasing today.
Today at Matata Mountain, which is one of our best attractions in the area. Today we're here just to profile the area, to let the people know that we have one of the best views in Durban. Because from this top here you can actually see all the way to Ushaka, Moses Mabhida. There's a lot that you can actually see from this point here. So we encourage people to really do visit the north of Durban, which is Inanda Nduzuma Kwamashu.
As the city of Durban, we are saying we're taking their visits seriously. The different attractions, they are complying with the ventilation to avoid the scourge of spreading the COVID. So we are encouraging people and inviting people to say, visit Durban. Durban is open for business and Durban has more. You will never run out of things to do in Durban for a couple, for a family, for a group of friends. So Durban is the place to be this summer, and we've got a lot of experiences for people to actually come, including shopping, adventure, cuisine, as well as culture and heritage.
Can I tell you something?
Wow. Yeah?
I'm going to Durban tomorrow.
I'm literally thinking of booking a ticket. Are you actually?
No, I am for real.
Why am I not coming with?
It's done. It's done. It's booked. I'm going to Durban. And you can go to #Visit Durban because it is officially open for business.
Yes.
They have officially launched this season and they are the place you want to be at.
And you officially also want to open up your mouth right now because there's something good that's about to go in it. Let's get to the kitchen. Let's see.
Oh, that
was
delicious.
very practical, right? So thanks, buddy. Yep, it is that time. Something delicious on the way.
There we go. Well, we have asked you recently, what are some of your favorite go-to snacks or meals? And you came through with all kinds of suggestions. And the recipe that got sent in to us is actually inspired by Teresa Southgate. She said her favorite food is avo tomato and chicken wraps. And you know what? We couldn't agree more. I mean, chicken wraps, they are usually made with a delicious dairy dressing. But if dairy poses a challenge for you, then you'll be happy to know that you can also be lactose-free with the lactose-free dairy ranges from Clover No Lac. So today we're about to show you how to make an avo chicken wrap with some tomato.
I like this. Yeah, it's fresh, which is obviously ideal for getting maximum nutritional load. You want that whole state food. But what I love here is we're taking the chicken and corn, which is like a marriage made in heaven, and just giving it a fresh update. I actually had chicken wraps for dinner last night.
Chicken wraps, any wrap food is the best because you simply wrap it in a little bit of foil on the go. It's something you can eat sitting down. It's something you can eat while driving. You can eat behind your desk. It's not messy.
I love it. So obviously we're going the no dairy route here with our amazing No Lac, which is, if you need it in your life, it will change your life. I'm going to be responsible for the dressing, then you're going to throw it all together because a good dressing is absolutely vital here as well. So I've got our mayo in a bowl. I'm going to just kind of, with my eyes, kind of measure it out. We're going to do about a cup of our No Lac, lactose-free, medium-fat Mars.
Oh, so you're using Mars for this recipe.
This is like the original, because you want something that's got a bit of like a slightly kind of a tart, bit of acidic vibe to it. I think will balance out the sweetness of the corn and the chicken perfectly there. A little bit of salt.
There we go.
Obviously to taste, a little bit of pepper, and again, just ramping up that acidity with a little bit of lemon juice.
So I'm chopping our tomatoes.
You
know what I'm always guilty of doing when it comes to putting a wrap together? I fill it with way too many toppings, and then you don't know how to wrap it, and then you're like...
My first wrap is always a mess. My second one is like a masterpiece because you learn from your mistakes. So I've got a bit of nice Italian parsley going in there as well, because this you want to be as fresh as possible.
So I'm going to start with our avo that's already been beautifully cut.
Oh, that's smelling beautiful and fresh.
Just little bits of everything.
Yeah, remember what you've just said, okay? Come on, just restraint with the wrap. Or unless you get those gigantic wraps.
You need the big wrap.
That's what I do sometimes, just get a gigantic wrap and then, you know.
There we go. So I'm going to add a little bit of rocket.
I love, and again, it's about the balance here. And what I love about rocket, especially this baby rocket, the pepperiness. You know, it's got a beautiful flavor profile, but again, it's fresh, so you're getting maximum nutritional load there as well.
Adding some tomatoes. There we go. Wraps are like, they're not supposed to be messy when you eat them, but they can be messy if I make them.
Yeah, no, look, I'll have like sauce dripping down my elbow. That's all good.
Little bit of corn.
I think that's a genius addition to this. There's nothing better than that chicken and sweet corn flavor combination, but texturally, it's also going to be beautiful. It's going to give you a bit of a pop and a crunch in there.
Yeah. So I'm going to add the chicken as is, and then we're going to drizzle the dressing you just made.
Go for it, yeah. What also could be, I mean, you could put the dressing down first and use that as your kind of binding agent on the wrap, if you will. That's where it can be quite useful. But this is a perfect balance. You know that you're getting all of the colors in there, which means you're getting all of the vitamins and the nutrients that you need.
Now you get to drizzle it for us.
I'm going to use this spoon, if that's okay.
Oh, look at that. Love that there's a little bit of texture to it, too.
Completely.
Oh, these wraps are delicious. Well, if you want to get your hands on this amazing avo, tomato and chicken wrap that was sent in to us by Teresa, then make sure you head on over to our website. That's expressoshow.com for the steps to this recipe. And, of course, you can make these delicious ones.
I'm going to steal this one across and
see who can wrap it the best.
And it's always a bit of a thing, hey?
It is a thing.
Okay.
Because I know you're supposed to fold the ends in, and I didn't do that. This is for your plate.
Fold one edge in, and then I'll have it open at the top.
Okay.
How's that? I'm just going to use a little bit of this as the binding agent over there. And there we've got a beautiful, see, mine's like kind of burrito-y. Yours is like a nice salad cigar, both of them perfect.
There we go.
And, of course, jam-packed with, yes, nutrients, but also delicious flavor. And we've kept it dairy-free without skimping on a beautiful, creamy and delicious dressing to go with it. Nice.
Well, if you want to get your hands on this recipe, head on over to expressoshow.com.
Made with love by Clover.
We go from no lack to never a lack of talent on your Expresso stage. We have award-winning singer and songwriter Zahara, and she's delivering us another track off her latest album, Ngabayam, called Nyamazela. Enjoy.
Namhlanje ndinokholo ubomi buzotshintsha ndibone ilizwe litsha sinothando wam. Ngizonyamezela, ngide ndifike kuwe. Ngizonyamezela, imihla yam yolulwe. Ngizonyamezela, ndize ndifike kuwe. Ngizonyamezela, imihla yam yolulwe. Kube darling ngqa, ndihambe ndibuye kuwe ndlela. Namhlanje ndinethemba, ubomi buzotshintsha. Ndikhule ndinesihlahla, ngumthunzi wam. Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to it, your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso on this beautiful Friday. You're in for all of the feel good you can think of. I'll tell you why, because we're joined in studio by the immensely talented award-winning singer and songwriter Zahara. And she's on the Expresso stage to kick off her performances with a track before she did kick off. Of course, she's kicking off the season, kicking off summer with this particular one off of the Inqaba Yam. This one is called
Izolo.
Izolo. Do your thing. What I'm talking about, officially launching summer. That's the jam we're going to be jamming to. It is Zahara on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. The single is now out, Izolo, available for you to download on all streaming platforms. Sishange, sitika, 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 ka. It's time for the news. Hey, Saktandi.
Bethu nani nihambe niyodownload i-album
Yonke.
iphinde ke ngoku le ngoma ningamane nisithi kanitshitileyo nimane nithatha ingoma zami nihambe niyoxolisa ngazo. Oh, sorry. Oh, I forgot.
That's it. Don't
That's
cheat
it.
and then go.
Don't cheat and
use her
go
song
and
to
use the
apologize.
song to apologize. Please, guys. No.
It's time for the news.
It's not, I know, do this and this, and you do.
Excuse me, I was dancing. Anyway, let's move on to some news for you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And the Council of Rhodes University has approved a university Senate recommendation for mandatory COVID-19 vaccinations. This means staff and students will be required to produce proof of vaccination to access the campus. It'll come into effect for in-person classes next year. Meanwhile, the Council of UCT has also approved a proposal requiring all staff and students to provide acceptable proof of vaccination against COVID-19. The mandatory vaccination policy will take effect in January 2022. The Steel and Engineering Industries Federation of SA yesterday said it had reached a landmark wage agreement with employers to end the strike. The Employers Association said the National Union of Metalworkers of SA accepted its final 6% wage offer that the union had initially rejected. The strike cost the industry more than R500 million. Striking workers lost more than 200 million rand in salaries due to the principle of no work, no pay. On to international news. Parliamentarians in Benin have voted to legalize abortion in the West African country where it was already authorized under restricted conditions. Under the new law, women can terminate a pregnancy within the first 3 months if it is likely to, I quote, aggravate or cause material, educational, professional or moral distress incompatible with the woman or the unborn child's interest. Several countries in Africa have total bans on abortion, including Congo-Brazzaville, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Djibouti, Egypt, Guinea-Bissau, as well as Senegal. New Zealand has reported a record number of new COVID-19 infections for the second time in 3 days. Authorities say 102 new cases have been confirmed, 94 which are in Auckland. This brings the total cases of the current outbreak to 2,260. New Zealand had almost no cases for months until an outbreak of the Delta variant of the virus spread from Auckland to neighboring regions in August. Authorities have warned that new infections would continue to rise until the vaccination rate was high enough. And wrapping up with some feel-good news, the Care for Wild Rhino Sanctuary and Pretoria University's Faculty of Veterinary Science at Onderstepoort have completed the first ever successful CT scan on a live rhino in SA. Their somewhat weighty patient was Oz. He developed swelling on his face caused by an abscess. Oz was orphaned in 2015 due to poaching and taken to the sanctuary, whose CEO, Petronel Nivot, said the swelling was discussed with wildlife veterinarian, and that was Dr. Jacques Odal and Professor Gerard Steenkamp, veterinary dentistry specialist and maxillofacial surgeon at the Faculty of Veterinary Science. Subsequently, the decision was taken to transport 1 ton Oz to Onderstepoort's Veterinary Academic Hospital, where the CT scan revealed a tooth root abscess and appropriate treatment was performed. Nivot says Oz is back at Care for Wild with his rhino crash and is eating and drinking well. She added, and I quote, "We cannot save a species alone, but together we can achieve the remarkable. We are deeply grateful to the team of specialists who came together, and we thank them for their passion, dedication, and immense commitment." What a beautiful story. As we head on over to my other favorite rhino, here's Graham.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wasty. Well, leading the charge, undoubtedly, Kaya Zondo was on a fire. He hit an unbeaten 58 as the Dolphins booked their spot in the final of the T20 knockout. So the Titans won the toss and elected to bat first, with Jan Klutter smashing 62 to help his side post a moderate 138. Then Otnel Bartman was the standout with the ball for the Dolphins, taking 4 wickets for just 18 runs. Zondo then led from the front with a bat to see his team over the line with 4 wickets to spare. Then the other semi-final between the Knights and the Dragons sadly was abandoned due to rain, ending with a no result, and that means the Knights go through in today's final rather, due to a superior net run rate. And on to football. Doesn't get much bigger than this in the Premier League. Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool make the short trip to Old Trafford as the Reds come up against Man United in the most famous game in English football. So Liverpool are currently unbeaten in 18 league matches, the longest current run in the top 4 tiers of English football. United, on the other hand, had a bit of a tough time. They've won just 1 of their last 10 Premier League meetings against Liverpool. And lest we forget, also on Sunday, it's El Clasico between Barcelona and Real Madrid. Now, Barca head into the game in pretty unfamiliar 7th place territory on the log, while Madrid, they are just 3 points adrift of the top spot on the table. The last time the two sides met, Real had the bragging rights, coming out 2-1 winners. Then on to Formula One. It's heating up. Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen renew what has become the most intense rivalry as Formula One stops off in the United States of America. So last time out in Turkey, Valtteri Bottas took his first race win since the 2020 Russian GP, and he did it in some style, mastering slippery conditions to win over Max Verstappen by 14 seconds. Hamilton finishing 5th from 11th on the grid. That means he's now 6 points adrift of championship leader Verstappen going into the weekend. This year's US Grand Prix will be the first since 2019, when Bottas himself, in fact, won the race, and Hamilton secured his sixth title after finishing in 2nd that time round. Now, on to two wheels. Brad Binder's younger brother, Darren, remember that name, he's going to be joining him in MotoGP from the 2022 season. The 23-year-old will ride alongside Andrea Dovizioso in Yamaha's new look independent team next season. The South African started his full-time Moto3 career back in 2015, went on to win claim 6 podium finishes, as well as a memorable Catalan GP win last year. The move will see Darren become only the 2nd rider to make the jump from Moto3 straight to MotoGP without, of course, competing in the Moto2 championship between the two classes. So we certainly wish him well, but that's where we leave our sport and our intense sporting rivalry this morning. You can keep letting us know on our social media platforms. Liverpool, Man United, where do you sit? Right now, though, let's get the latest on the weather front.
Thank you, Graham. And a new report says Africa needs to invest up to $50 billion a year in order to cope with the growing threat of climate change. The African Union and the World Meteorological Organization warn that some 120 million poor people face floods, drought, displacement and extreme heat by the end of this decade if nothing is done. It also warns that all of Africa's remaining glaciers, that's the tropical ice fields of Tanzania's Kilimanjaro, Kenya's Mount Kenya and Uganda's Rwenzori, are all on track to disappear by 2040. Africa has warmed faster than the global average, but has been responsible for just 4% of the world's greenhouse emissions. The continent has long been expected to be severely impacted by climate change. Its croplands are already drought prone. Many of its major cities hug the coast, and widespread poverty makes it harder for people to adapt. And next, we want to move on to, well, from climate news to our sunrise views as we turn our gaze towards the sky as we appreciate every single sunrise photo that comes through from you. Amy Pillay from Park Rennie in KZN started us off with this stunning image of a perfectly blue sky scattered with clouds as the sun peaks over the horizon, casting a brilliant glow. And then Clinton Els from Durban shared his burnt orange image of the sun rising over the ocean, capturing a hazy ship floating in the distance. Absolutely stunning. And then one of our regulars, Theo Makatini, also from Johannesburg, shared this beautiful picture of an orange skyline in the distance as the sun comes up. And then last but not least, we head on over to the coast with this breathtaking shot that was taken by Razine Pandi from Gqeberha, and that's overlooking the bay from the promenade. So thank you for each and everyone for sending those gorgeous sunrise photos. Let's take a final look at your temperatures this morning. If you're in Polokwane, expect a low of 16, a high of 27. Mbombela 18, 34. Pretoria 15, reaching a high of 26. Johannesburg 13, a high of 24. Thunder showers can be expected in Mahikeng with a high of 28. Klerksdorp 11, reaching a high of 28. Kimberley 10, 26. Bloemfontein 7, reaching a high of 25. Partly cloudy in Richards Bay with a high of 32 today. Pietermaritzburg 13, reaching a high of 31. Durban 18, 32. Mthatha 10, reaching a high of 28. Rain can be expected in East London with a low of 15, a high of 24. Cradock 12, 25. Gqeberha 15, reaching a high of 20. George, a 57% chance of rain with a high of 22. Cape Town expects some rain with a low of 19, a high of, in fact, a high of 19. Worcester 10, reaching a high of 20. Sutherland 4 with a high of 13. And a sunny day in Uppington, a low of 11 with a high of 22 degrees Celsius. And that's where I leave your weather this morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. If you have a sunrise photo to share with us, please do so on the Expresso Facebook page.
Now, what a way to start your Friday morning. We are elevating our spirits once more back on the Expresso stage. Award-winning singer and songwriter, one of our favorites here, and it is Zahara. She's got a performance straight out of her latest album, Ngaba Yam. This one is all about saving our souls. It's called Sinda Mphefumlo.
Ngendoyika njengangoku zange ndachwaka njengangoku zange ndaziva lilolo apha njengangoku sika phefumlo zange ndaziva ndililolo apha njengangoku zindangameli zikigaba ngamandla zindiflathela ingcango ngamandla sinda mphefumlo sinda mphefumlo sinda zange ndoyika njengango zange ndachwaka njengango kodwa ndike sinda phefumlo sinda phefumlo
Yes. Zahara, thank you so much for that one. I think what a moving song, and I imagine that so many people are going to connect with that song. So many of us have lost so much during this year with the COVID-19 pandemic, and to have you blessing us with such sounds is absolutely incredible. Zahara's going nowhere. Her music is out. Go and download it. But later on, we're going to be cooking something really special, her special recipe in the kitchen. See you in a bit.
More color on your plate means more wholesome benefits. So, turn your meals into a balanced plate with Cool 5 a day. Eat better and stand a chance to win 5,000 Rand daily. Buy any 3 Cool products, dial *120 *1987 hash or WhatsApp Cool 5 a day to 072 741 5357 and follow the prompts to enter. Cool uzogcwala.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to It's Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso. We're live here on S3 with a very special guest this morning, Zahara, mixing it up in the kitchen. Now, she has been wowing us on stage this morning, such incredible moving sounds as well, and now she's in the kitchen to impress us even more with her cooking skills. Yes, we're putting those to the test, because anyone who follows her on social media... Well, yes. It's on, baby. And anyone who follows her on social media will tell you for free that this chick is always mixing something up. And Zahara's now showing us how to make a bolognese cooked with one of her favorite ingredients, spinach. So spinach is one of your favorite ingredients. Njani did you say? You know, I didn't burn anything. You were always involved because Zahara's now blaming me for burning the onions. They're not burnt. They are not burnt. They are charred. They're charred onions to help you get into it. So, Enza, bolognese, Sissy. Is this your favorite meal? Bolognese. Oh, special. Yeah. So what goes into your bolognese recipe there?
Okay, it's the onions, and you can see most the bolognese, right?
Yes.
You can see most there's mushrooms.
Yes.
And there are sauces.
Yes. This is Worcester sauce, tomato paste, as well as... Oh, because I mean, you're not like saying... So you want your own ones because generally you just look, you don't need to know the names of the things. You just look at them and put them in. Oh, because I must say, even my mom is exactly the same. I think there are certain sort of sauces that she would pick out of the cupboard. Don't ask her what it's called. She just knows it when she sees it on the shelf.
It must not be well done, guys.
It mustn't be well done.
Okay, it depends.
How are you making it today?
It's midwife.
Midwife? I like it. We all like a midwife. Well, I'm going to make a sauce for us. What I've done is I've already got some butter. I'm making some sauce there for us. So you've got some butter, which is melted. You're going to add some flour going in there. You see, you can always count on me for any sauce. Well, that's it. But that's true. If you can cook up an album, certainly I'm sure you can cook up a whole experience in the kitchen. Hey, kusho already for imicimbi, Zahara already for imicimbi. Season yomcimbi. So I've added some cheese in there as well, and I'm adding some salt going in, some salt as well as peppers. Zahara going in. Of course, sometimes it's about not following, every step that you need to be following, but just making sure as long as it's mixed. We all have our way. So what I'm doing here is I'm mixing it all up together until it's nice and lumpy. So you're getting the Worcester sauce. That's the Worcester sauce. Worcester sauce. So I'm mixing all of this up. You want to really make sure that we whisk it and whisk. Whiskey. Would you put whiskey in there or what?
Let me tell you something. What I can put here. Do you have like a glass of wine? Then you can put it in.
Oh.
Something like that.
Something like that does elevate the taste if you're into that. And these days,
you see what I mean?
You can always also get some non-alcoholic wine if that's what you want.
That's what I'm talking about.
So this is what we want our sauce ultimately to come out looking like. So my sauce is done, Zahara.
Yes, because it's water.
It's not water. It's
water,
actually
my love.
more than water. It's butter. It is powder. Not what powder?
What if I don't like it?
What if you don't? You're gonna love it. I can guarantee you, you're gonna love it.
Okay, we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. So tell me about some of your fondest memories making bolognese and spinach.
Yo, Chomi. Umama. Ebe pakukuze nibizwe ngegama spinach.
Yeah.
Ngicela umama egadini unespinach necabbage.
So basically, the reason you were nicknamed Spinach is because your mum only had in her garden spinach and cabbage.
Cabbage and potato. So besiyazi each and every meal in a spinach
or potatoes or cabbage.
And abantwana kuyabazi ke, you know, all of us, we don't like green stuff.
No,
so,
we try to
but
avoid
me,
it.
I'm the different one.
Yeah?
I guess that's the reason why I'm like this.
You grew up liking spinach. You really enjoyed your spinach.
Yes, they call me spinach.
Oh, spini mtanami.
Spini
pini. I love it. Well, this recipe is a classic. We all know bolognese with spinach is an absolute classic, but Zahara does put her own personal twist to it, which you can do as well at home, I suppose. But if you want the recipe and you want to follow our prepped steps, you can go on expressoshow.com.
So nindibone le nto ndiyenzayo nizibonile step by step bangakhumshanga nansi indlela endenza ngayo ke bethi nalibolognese nentoni uzaphinda akukhumshele lo.
Go on the website expressoshow.com. I'm going to grab the final product. Oh, you're going to see it now on your screen. That's what it looks like when it's all done. Look at that. So this is it. Zahara's bolognese and spinach.
I need to
maybe
put
cook
the
it.
oil
Let us know what you think. That's the sauce. That goes after. Okay. Well, let us know how yours goes. Okay, that's fine. But we've got to go now. I'm imagining that you would have made this one. We're showing the people what your final
Look
product
at
would
mine.
look like.
It looks better than that.
It does look very wholesome. It does look very wholesome. Enjoy.
Hello.
Delicious. Hello. Zahara. I love it. She can cook and sing. She can do alles. It's so beautiful. Now, they are incredible. They're cool in the kitchen, but I thought that for carbs, you have to work it off, right? So we have to do a little dancing for you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Yeah, now they're bringing it every time in your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and today will be no exception. Here to take us into the weekend mood is Courtney and Gemma from Limerick Academy of Dance.
Hello.
Hello.
Simple as CBD should be.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. You're live on S3, and we're live with JP Sebastian, who's about to give us the lowdown on a movie that I've been waiting to watch for the longest time. This movie is going to shape the way cinema should be made, apparently. It's going to be a movie that will, you know, cast some sort of light on so many different productions. And also, this is probably the way you take a book and you make it a movie. I feel like that's what we're going to today. So, JP Sebastian, I want you to set the scene for us. The movie Dune.
I'll add to your little bullet point list there and say something completely corny that...
Do it.
Big screen is back. It has a reason again.
Yes!
And to your point about other movies learning from this, every superhero movie you love and every Star Wars you love loses 1 star because of Dune. Sorry, these are just the facts. So, how about we start you with a little intro?
I'm shaking a bit by
on the part of the
commentary.
cast and the filmmakers themselves, including masterful director Denis Villeneuve. Here they are talking about the joy of making and bringing to you Dune today in South Africa.
Here we go.
Dune was the most ambitious movie I ever done. Numerous big-scale scenes, and I wanted to shoot as much as possible on camera.
Benny and I start with the illustration book, so everybody knows what type of movie they're working on.
Patrice's artwork was incredibly influential. It has a size and the scale that we were after. So we built sets to the edges of the stages.
Action!
And we had scenes out in the desert that Denis and I wanted this place to feel like you're opening the world up.
Dune is a movie about nature, and it was very important for me to be as close as possible. Dune, for me, is a love letter to the big screen, and that's the way it was dreamed, that's the way it was designed, that's the way it was achieved, and that's the way I hope people will experience it.
I must not fear, for the fear is gone. Only I will remain.
I think I just tuned myself.
Talk about a thirst trap.
No, I'm almost out of breath watching that.
Our producer just asked in our ears, she said, JP, are you sad?
No, it's because we were so dramatic when we started, but I had to because this is one of the biggest
Dramatic
events
nothing.
ever.
This is actually a sense of reverence I have for this. I'm in a holy state because of Dune. I'm sorry, I sound like a weirdo saying that.
No, you don't.
So this is how I'll start. In fact, I'm going to start with a quote from the book, from the good book of Dune. From the Reverend Mother of the Bene Gesserit from Frank Herbert's Dune. The mystery of life isn't a problem to solve, but a reality to experience. And so this is why in this review, I'm not going to get into the technical stuff, the contextual stuff that I usually get into, the juicy stuff. How is it, scanned with today's politics, etc., etc. It's more the feely JP this time. Reviews, critiques are subjective. Yeah. That's for what you think. And so I'll tell you some of my personal experiences. When I talk about experiences, I don't necessarily mean even intellectual. I mean possibly even mental, but physiological. This all sounds crazy, but what I'm talking about is how Dune gets into JP's body specifically.
I got you.
Outside of the film, one of the things I've been struggling with so much is writing a personal review for myself. I'm now at 4 pages. I haven't even started talking about Dune, just the experience of having landed in that space. And every time I'm trying to resink my teeth back into writing this work that I'm working on, the pipes of Hans Zimmer's score start looping in my head. And maybe someone will probably tell me, JP, you're probably on an autistic spectrum. But for an hour or two, and I feel no tension about that, it feels so peaceful that I hear specifically and precisely the pipes from this movie that Hans Zimmer set to set the tone of Dune, which impels me to finish the work. I feel the pressure writing the review for Dune in my own personal capacity that an apostle might feel when he is told, or she is told by the divine creator, write the thing, tell my story. That is the intense pressure I feel talking about this. Within the movie itself, and a marvelous, remarkable thing happened to me. I was sitting with my good friend Denver Brown, who is the editor who cut these things for us. He's our sweetie pie, and a hero on Expresso who is unsung. And we watched this together, and there was a moment where a penny dropped inside for me, and I reached over and just laid one hand on his shoulder. 1 second later, a character at a pivotal moment receives acceptance by having people lay their hands on his shoulders. It got into my central nervous system, and how that happens, those are actual goosebumps you've got.
Sorry.
Because Hans Zimmer's score is not and when a movie does that, it is unimpeachable. It is pointless for me to give this movie a score. And so it got into my nervous system. Hans Zimmer got into my ear hole. Denis Villeneuve, my mental hole. That sounds so gross, but his visual grammar, his sense as a director, as a master that he is, and the greatest living director, is how he crept under my skin. And yeah, so all I'm saying is Dune is something you have to experience. Dune is a sense. Dune is not a commodity you eat like a cheeseburger. In sense Dune, immerse yourself in Dune. And as such, immerse yourself in this next scene with its hero, Timothée Chalamet as Paul Atreides, and Zendaya as the Fremen Chani in Denis Villeneuve's Dune.
You know, once again, you see all the action in the trailer, but you don't understand that there's this drama in there, acting prowess.
Dimensions on layers, on a planet, on a universe, on an existential scale that cannot be captured in one review by J.P. Sebastian.
You have another quote.
So I'm going to give you a quote, and this is a lesson about how to go watch Dune.
Okay.
How to immerse yourself, like I was saying, as opposed to just seeing the thing.
All right.
The quote is from Paul Atreides. This is the first law of mentat. Mentat is a thing that you need to become to actually fully enjoy and absorb Dune. That's something you'll understand once you see the movie. The quote goes as follows. A process cannot be understood by stopping it. Understanding must move with the flow of the process, must join it, and flow with it. Flow with Dune when you go watch it today, and go watch it for the rest of its run in South Africa. It is a masterpiece. You want to score?
I know it's not. There's no point because I feel like I know what's coming, and I've never seen him do this. But it's just going to happen.
10 out of 10.
The score is 10 out of 10. What? What? I've never seen that before.
Numbers mean nothing in the scope of Dune. I don't even care about that score. Dune is a holy book. It's a holy text. 5% of you will actually want to explore your personal spiritual dimension after seeing this movie. I'm not even joking.
Well, then we have to go and see it when it eventually releases in South Africa. J.P. Sebastian, a 10 for Dune. That is outstanding.
Ha ha.
Oh, listen.
Oh, my word.
We can't
I'm so
let
excited.
the fun end there because I have a very exciting game for us.
Okay.
Because it is that day where we all get to officially say it's the weekend.
It is.
Yes, there we go. So I've got a fun game planned for the three of you.
you.
And this is how it's going to work. I'm going to give you the close-up of someone's eyes.
Ooh.
And you need to tell me who they are. If you struggle, I'll give you a clue.
Okay.
And I will tell you that these are all of the movies currently showing at New Metro.
Okay, so we should have a good idea at least. Okay.
So are you ready? Are you ready for the first one?
Yeah, I suppose we've all been wearing masks for so long that we look at
You now have to get ready to the eyes.
That's how we recognize people.
Okay,
I'm down with that.
so
Okay.
let's look at the first one on your screen. You're not allowed to read the clue that
I
you
know.
currently can see on auto cue. Okay, do you know who that is?
I know.
Go for it.
Looks like the one in...
That's Zendaya.
Oh, sure.
That is correct. I even had a clue ready for you, but well done.
No, I've seen this picture so many times because I mean, she is probably the most viral internet algorithm at the moment with Timothée Chalamet. They're just everywhere. And those blue eyes stand out. But yeah, she's going to be awesome.
Okay, well, let's look at the next eyes. Picture number 2. Gentlemen, who do you think that is?
Looks like Vladimir Putin.
No, he's not in
Donald Trump meets Vladimir Putin.
That looks...
Is it James Bondy vibes?
No way.
Should I give you a clue?
Okay, give us a clue, please.
In fact, he loves a little action.
He loves a little
Gotta be
action.
James Bond, man.
But what's the actor's name?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel
There
Craig,
we go.
Is it
Daniel Craig.
Good job, man.
I've got to say...
I thought it was someone else entirely. I thought it was...
Well
I was set on Vladimir, though.
Okay, are we ready? You guys are warming up now.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Here is the
yeah.
third set of eyes for you to decipher.
I know. I know.
Tell me.
Alex Ferguson.
Tell me.
That's Ryan Reynolds.
From what movie?
What's it? Guy. Get Guy? It's Guy.
Free Guy.
Free Guy.
You get
That's
half a
it.
point.
Oh, I
Half a
get
point
a half
now.
a point at least.
Half a point.
Yeah, I know, man.
Remember, these are all the current movies out in
Yeah,
theaters at
man.
the moment.
Free Guy was
Okay.
awesome as
Okay,
well.
next set of eyes. Let's
Quite
move on.
romantic, this.
There we go.
Oh, man.
What is that?
It's a tricky one.
That's a
that.
tough
Do you
one.
want a clue?
Are we going to need a clue for
I'll
this
give
one,
you
I
the
think?
clue. He dyed his hair blonde for this role and stars opposite his best friend Matt Damon.
It must be Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, in what movie?
Come on, Tubbs, help us.
I don't
When? I've never seen him blonde. I'm dying to know what movie that is.
The Last Duel.
Of course.
Last one. You guys are not as good as I thought you would
No,
be.
hey, come on.
Hey,
Okay.
we've done well.
Come
so
on. I
far.
think
You've
we've
done
all right.
okay. I expect more.
I thought that was okay.
Gents, final set of eyes. Take a look at this.
Okay.
Who do you think it is?
I know.
Who is it?
I know both names.
Okay.
It's Morticia. Okay, it must be. Which means
Adam's
Charlize
nice.
Theron.
Man, you're good at this, G.
I'm in it to win it, man.
Well
I have
done,
been-
G.
Thank you. I have been very excited about the whole movie situation
Yeah,
at
me
the moment.
too.
This whole Dune thing has actually just made me lose my mind.
All the movies are
I'm very
out on
focused.
circuit at the moment are just asking for it.
Okay. Do you want one more?
Please.
Yes.
I've got a
I
bonus
feel like
question
I've-
for you.
I've
Let's look at
found my
these
rhythm.
eyes. Who do you think it is?
Bonus.
That is
I know.
Hey, now.
He's amazing.
Hey, now.
Graham
Yes,
Richards.
that is the superstar.
And where is he
Is
from?
it George Clooney?
He's got the tiredness of having 2 children, definitely. That's definitely a young child.
Wait, let's see.
Go for it.
Let's see.
Yes.
Try and look-
Maybe let's see that previous.
Ah!
It's gotta be him.
You still.
It's gotta be him.
G-man.
Certainly not in a movie
Richards.
out at Blue Metro at the moment. Oh, that's from that.
Well done. You gents did okay.
Hey, I thought we were all right
You
there.
did okay.
man.
I think
was
next
in it,
time we
man.
should be a little bit more like on top of it. But you know what? If you want to spoil yourself with some movies this weekend, you have an
my
app. So
goodness.
you're in for a treat because all of these movies we just showed you are currently showing at New Metro Cinemas. So it's something for everyone in the whole family. Netbank's also offering all of their card holders 50% off any regular 2D or 3D movies.
Yeah.
And those tickets are at New Metro. Plus another 50% off on a medium cool drink and popcorn combo.
Wow.
So you really have no excuse. This is the perfect way for you to take the whole family
Because we were
out.
saying, you got to buy 2. If you're going to go watch Dune, you got to buy 2
you gotta have
popcorns, 2 drinks.
Yeah.
Smarties
And you
and
can't go alone. Please, I mean, if you obviously
I
can
love
go
going
with
to the
someone.
movies by myself. No one talks to you.
I'm probably going to go alone because I'm that guy.
If you go with me, you might as well go alone because I'll fall asleep.
welcome back. Just a few moments left to enjoy, to savor of the show. So let's do it by dreaming big. Annette White. Oh, just please let this dream fly. Stop dreaming about your bucket list and start living it. Annette White once wrote that, and it's time to start ticking off those bucket list experiences, and it's never been more possible.
Well, here's the thing, because you do stand the chance to win big this weekend on lotoland.co.za, and this Saturday, US Mega Millions draw has rolled over to an incredible 1.6 billion rand. I mean...
Billion.
Okay.
Come on, get out.
Get out there. Stop dreaming. Make it happen. It's followed by the US Powerball's 1.2 billion rand payout on Sunday morning's draw at 5 a.m. South African time. It's exciting.
Yeah, it really is, so don't miss out. You could be Lottoland's next billionaire. Billionaire. Please place your bets right now on lottoland.co.za. If you're not in it, you can't win it.
Of course, Lotoland South Africa is a licensed bookmaker with the Western Cape Gambling and Racing Board. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners do know when to stop. National Responsible Gambling toll-free counselling line. You can give them a call on 0800 006 008.
And you can WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710 if you need that help.
Go get your billions.
Good luck.
Go get your billions.
Oh, well, listen, we need to find a winner here because it's time for our smooth and not smooth dance-off. I have Ryle against Carl, or should I say Carl against Ryle, because there really is nothing smoother than a Friday. And, of course, with the help of Tropica, we need to crown our winner. Now, everyone has a little victory dance inside of them, and today the boys are going to show us theirs. How it's going to work is you're going to get 30 seconds of a song. You're both very familiar with this, and you're going to have to jiggle it out. You're going to have to
jiggle it out.
Show us your
How's
moves.
your jiggle, bro?
The winner walks away with the honor of being our smooth dancer.
Oh, right.
So let's find out who's smooth and who's not smooth.
All right, I'm ready.
Are you ready? Who wants to go
Do
first?
we get to choose a song or like...
Ching Chong Cha.
All right, Ching Chong. I was really good at Ching Chong Cha in school.
Okay.
Ready?
Right.
3, 2, 1.
Ching Chong Cha. Ching Chong Cha.
Okay, paper beats rock. Raul, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first. Let me go first.
Yes! Okay, Raul is up first.
I don't want to drop the ball, actually.
You know what you're talking about? No, I think you're going to be amazing. Okay, let's do it.
Let's get the music going.
Is there a song for this?
Of course.
Okay.
You have to go, Raul. That's your 30 seconds to pick it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the show is Ryle! Yes!
Yeah!
Run yes! Dance? Not a noise.
Yes! Bring that money to me! Yes!
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm a winner!
Raul the morning.
But that is how you win. Like, I honestly think that's the embodiment of winning.
Win. I just win.
There we go. Is that smooth, not smooth? We're going to leave that up to you. Next, Mr. Cole. Wait.
Oh, here we go. Okay,
Give
me something. What did I win? What did I win? Am I the winner? Am I the winner? Am I the winner?
The wittiest man.
I'm the winner. I'm the winner. I'm the winner. I'm the winner. Yes. Thank you. I just want to thank everybody. Thank you. Thank you. I'm the winner. I'm the winner. I'm the winner. I'm the winner. Yes. I'm the winner. I'm the winner. Here it comes. Yes! Yes! I can't believe. Thank you, Mommy. Yes.
What did you win?
I won this beautiful piece of decor in the Decor Awards.
Oh, well, there we go.
Thank you so much, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a score for us to settle, so please visit our social media pages. Tell us who you thought today's Tropica Smooth Victory Dance champion is. Yes. And remember, if you need a smooth victory for yourself, simply grab a Tropica because there is nothing smoother. Well done, Jay.
Thank you.
Well done.
I'm the winner.
Both deserve
Sure, I'm
Tropica.
thirsty. After that.
Oh, yes. Toss me one of those,
There we
please.
go.
Thank you very much. Booyah.
Oh, well, we've just won a Tropica! Yes! Yes, man, thank you so much.
A gorgeous lifeguard.
Marlon decides to catch a huge wave. Smooth. But the wave dumps it. Not smooth.
Luckily, he's where he wants to be, in the arms of the lifeguard.
Nothing smoother.
Tropica.
Made with love by Clover.
When last have the three of us been together? Let's do it.
We will be able to roll this out pretty much immediately.
I've got this.
You both better be on that plane tomorrow.
Our Monati keeps friendships flourishing with freebie SIM only 6 gigs at $289 per month with loads of extras.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You gorgeous. Are you catching your breath?
How are you
doing some heavy
feeling?
breathing, guys?
Of course, I'm doing everything. I'm
Because you were dancing, right?
No, I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a good time.
They were moving. I think.
Hello.
So tell me something, because if Liverpool do take the top honours this weekend, obviously in the derby, are you going to dance for a full 30 seconds?
If Liverpool win, I'm going to celebrate like this. You know what's coming.
Yes.
But for like...
Isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, well done.
I was thinking like 10 seconds is okay, 30 seconds is a little like...
Yeah,
that's a bit...
Hey, it's a bit rough, eh?
Yeah, that's not cool, actually.
But at least you won't have to do it for 30 seconds. But listen, they say dynamite comes in small packages. These small kids, they bring an explosion every single time on the dance floor to usher us into the weekend. Ladies and gents, we have the crew from LMRI, Academy of Dance. They bring us the Expresso Friday Dance. See.
Yeah. This is for my mother club heads, you feel me? Yeah. People, gangsters and pimps and deeper. Smoking that lethal reefer. Up in the club, the speakers. Hi-hats and bass and tweeters. DJs is dropping needles. Sweat till I catch a fever. Call me the illest diva. Yo, I'm on fire! People go ready, drinker. Get in the club, see me, you got to look up. Someone to touch and rub up. Show me some love, strip off your clothes and take off your socks.
Murder that dance floor, dance floor.
Lean with it, 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 lean with it.
I bounce in the club, soda, call me Rocket. Posted in the cut, and I'm looking for a blockhead. Yep, in my white tee, I break a back, and I keep a big bank. Oh, I think they like that. Before I leave the house, I'm slizzing on the goose, and I'm in a plane, so a nigga really loose, and I can lean with it, and I can rock with it. And if you got a fish, you gotta fuck with it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Got this one.
Oh, hit it. Okay, baby, be calling me Hercules, cause the H on my waist, but this shit stand for Hermes. Okay, I done pop me up, cause I heard it help with the pain, but just help my back aches. Okay, baby, it don't hurt me. Let's begin after 3, cause a like foreplay.
Well done, guys.
Yes, absolutely beautiful. Limerick. So much talent, so inspiring. Hopefully it got you moving just a little bit. Maybe you were doing your victory dance in anticipation of the weekend. So you want to give us a score prediction there, man?
Oh, here we go. Look, I'm going to give United the respect they deserve, and I'm going to go with like a 3-1.
A 0.
Oh, wow.
3-0.
Okay, I think Ronaldo might step it up, maybe, Sancho, but I think it's going to be 3-1, eh?
Oh, man. Well, for the neutral, it's going to be an amazing weekend. Of course, 2 derby matches to sink your teeth into. Real Madrid up against Barcelona as well in El Clasico. How are you feeling about that one? You're ready for it.
I'm ready. Real Madrid 2-0.
You are ready for it. We will see you to recap it all on Monday morning.
Download Zahara's album.
Hello.
How does it go? Ooh.
That's even I know that.
Hello.
Nothing beats being free for breakfast with the team or having family brunches for life as it used to be. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.